nella fantasia io vedo un mondo giusto. Hello, I'm Rhonda Olson from Woman Shine. Let your true colours shine through and express the real you. I didn't do the Facebook Live this morning because I've been out all day at a wonderful masterclass for the seniors cabaret that I'm hoping to get to sing in. And Jason Barry Smith was there, and he worked with 12 singers, wasn't me, but 12 other singers to help them improve their singing. And the main thing that he showed people was how the body supports the voice. And I was so delighted because this is exactly what I've been saying for many years, how important this is. In my book, the other way around, Sovereign Woman, Use Your Body and Voice to Turn Your Pain into Power, and my new CD, the same name, is just about this. How do we find that support in the body so the voice can be free? And one man in particular sang Nessun Dorma. And when he started singing, he had a rich voice, but it was very, he was straining a lot, and his face went bright red when he was singing, and he was shaking at the end of it. And Jason just came up to him and touched his ribs in this area of the body here, and got him to push against him and make a sound from here. And it was just amazing, the transformation in his voice, and he actually burst into tears at the end. Feeling the true power of his voice. And the same thing happened with many of the other singers there that just needed to come more into their body, and so that their singing became an expression of who they truly are. So today, I'll just tell you a little story about myself when I learned singing from Kim Kirkman in Mullaney, and I talk about this in my book. I was very emotional at the time. I'd just broken up a very significant relationship, and so I was just holding myself in like this, and he got us just to go k, k, z, z, and what I was doing was going like this, k, and pulling myself in while I was doing it and straining in my throat. And I went up to him afterwards and said, "What do you mean?" And he got me to touch his ribs, and I was just amazed. It was just like a bouncing ball that his ribs just went out like this when he did k, z, like this, rather than me, I was going like that. And he showed me eventually how to do this. He put his hands on my ribs and pushed against me and got me to push against him. When I did it for the first time, I just burst into tears. It was all these pent up emotions that were locked away inside that just came out. And so gradually, over a number of years of singing lessons, I learned to bring myself out more. He talked about opening the shutters, like yelling yourself out rather than hiding away. And so that's a wonderful thing about singing. It helps you just come out of yourself and express what's really going on inside. So the little movement, when I used to, Kim would get people in the choir to do, he'd say, do cut, cut, z, z, and I watched especially the women going cut, cut like this. So I started teaching with my Feldenkrais awareness little classes, realizing that what had to happen first, but these ribs had to free up. It was like, the ribs are like this and there's little muscles in between them, but they get stuck together. And when we pull them tight, and we have to learn how to free them up. So there's a very simple little movement that you can do very easily to free up these muscles around the middle of your body. And I'm wearing yellow today, and I've got my little yellow box here because this is what we're building, the yellow rainbow, the yellow part of the rainbow bridge to support your voice. So what we're going to do is just put your hands on these lower ribs, your thumb in the front, but you can feel where the lower ribs come in here. And you've got the your sternum, your breastbones here, there's a little V here, and this is just placing your hands in here, and your other fingers are just around your back like this, so you're holding those lower ribs. Then we're going to do a little movement of, first of all, just moving side to side like this. So if I'm sitting down, I'm just doing this little movement there. I'll come back a little bit so you can see me. So I'm going there, and here where I am, these ribs on this side come closer together, the ribs on the other side come further apart. So I'm going there and there. I can make little sounds. I can open up that way, I can turn this way, and do all these little movements just to free up this area here. Then another nice little thing is to do is to just look at your hand and reach up to the sky. Look at hand and reach up. Look at your hand and reach. Look at your hand and reach. So you've got this spiral movement happening through your arms. So when this area then is freed up, what we can do is this, place the hands back here again and make a sound like a k, k, or a z, z. So if I turn around so that you can see this movement. So I'm going k, k, z, z, z. And then what we can do is then turn that into a sound. So instead of going k, I start off with the k and turn it into a ku, ki, ka, wi, zi, yi. And then we get that, it's like this changing the patterns in the brain to learn that we can get this support for this area when we sing. So if let's have a try of this movement, and if you have any difficulties, just contact me in the post, and I'll be very happy to help you. And if you think this has helped you to sing or speak better, please pass this on to your friends. Just share this post, this video with your friends. So on Friday, I'm singing at Sandgate. It's an open thing. If any of you want to come down, it's a masterclass from 10:30 till 1:30. Somewhere in there, I'll be singing. And I've got two songs. One is The Power of Love, and one's Nella Fantasia. So I'll finish off with a little, one of the high notes in this. And when to sing a high note, we really need this support here. As we think to go up something, we try and go like that and kind of bring everything up, and the actual opposite is what we need. Like I think of it's like a diver. To dive high in the air into the water, they need to go down a lot to dive, and so it's the same with singing. So with this song, Nella Fantasia, and at the end of it goes, io sogno d'anime, io sogno d'anime, che sono sempre libere, come le nuvole che volano. So to do that, to sing that note, I have to really ground myself and connect into my feet down, connected into my belly, and singing here. So I hope this helps you. This is Rhonda Olson from Woman Shine saying bye for now. Next week we're looking at how do we open our heart, which is very important when we're singing. Bye.